Hi guys, today I'm here to talk to you about Emerson and lifestyle and choosing a career. Now, I'm no expert on any of these things, but last year I read a book that I really loved by Waldo Emerson, and it was called Self-Reliance. It is not really a novel or a book of sorts. It's more of a collection of essays that he wrote that he pulled from his journal entries, and these dated back from since 1832, I believe. One of the other books that I have by Emerson is a collection of his essays, and it looks like this, and it's really pretty. This one actually has 12 of his essays in it, and it also has Self-Reliance in this one, so if you wanted to go out and get one of those books like that, you can as well. I want to talk to you about Self-Reliance, and I feel like that's really important when you're looking or trying to decide what career you want to take in life. In Self-Reliance, he promotes individual experience over the knowledge that you can gain from a book, and it really focuses on individualism and being able to rely on yourself instead of what society may push into your head that's the way to go. For example, he says, "My life is for itself and not for a spectacle." And I believe that's one of the main points that I want to make in this video. I know right now it is super popular to be quirky / hipster / against the social norm. And I want to make sure that people aren't confusing being quirky or being different or being original with, being you. One of the stores I want to bring up, I went to this coffee shop the other day, and it was supposed to be a place where you can go meet friends. They have art displayed on the walls. It was really nice. It's really cozy. But I feel like the environment in that place has turned more towards competing to see who is the quirkiest or who is the coolest, or let's see who's the most hipster in this place. I was sitting there and I was watching these people, and there was a guy doing a handstand for no reason. There was someone wearing flowered leggings, and he had this cut-off tank top that he kept telling everyone came from some really cool, weird person off the side of the street. And I was just watching them, and I was thinking, now, people are trying so hard to be different that they're not being different. Everyone is still being exactly the same. And one of Emerson's sayings is that a person with self-esteem shows originality and is childlike. They're not, they're not spoiled by, what should be or how you should act, and they're not yet hypocritical. One of Emerson's main points is that society conspires to create people that conform. Conformists is what he calls them, and they try to go against people who are trying to be self-reliant. So the maturing is really conforming to the rules that society gives you. You need to go to college, you need to get a good paying job, you need to get a family, kids, all that sort of thing. I'm not saying that any of that is bad. I'm just saying that, and what Emerson is saying is that you must trust thyself. One of the main things is really look inward and figure out who you are first before you try to make decisions that society would say is right for you. Making a career choice is a lot of pressure, and one of the things I really learned last year is instead of sitting down and trying to figure everything out, it's best to just take steps towards something that you think you like. It's better to start something than not to start anything at all and then come up years later with absolutely nothing. It's better to go in a direction and then figure things out from there. Emerson mentions in this book that I am 100% against. For example, he comes across as someone who is not really keen on giving to charity or helping those in need. He basically says, what is the point of doing any of that? And I totally don't agree with that, but I'm saying that really there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight that can be gained from reading Emerson's books, and I think that if you are at a point in your life where you're trying to figure things out, you're trying to find yourself, which we all should be doing constantly, in my opinion, but if you're at that point, Emerson's essays will really help you. It has helped me. I hope it would help you. give you insight into how to find yourself, how to really, basically, like he said, the whole premise was trust yourself. Look, it's better to work inward and then move outward instead of, gaining from what your parents think you should do, from what friends think you should do, society, media, all of that stuff is all things that can be distractions. You need to sit down, or I would advise you to sit down, and really work inward. And friends, the very most important thing I want you to take from this video is just be yourself. And I know that's said over and over and over again, and you're probably tired of hearing it, but it's so true. And it's a hard thing to do, to be yourself, because first of all, you have to know yourself in order to be yourself. And I want to read one of the quotes that Emerson wrote in his book, and I think it is such a great analogy for who you should be and how you should, go about living, how your lifestyle should be. It goes, "These roses under my window make no reference to former roses or to better ones. They are for what they are. There is simply the rose. It is perfect in every moment of its existence." And I feel like we can take from that not to look at other people. I know a lot, you've got Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and everyone's lives are looking so perfect. Don't look at that. You're like, oh, he's farther in his career than I am. He seems like he's got it together. Why don't I have it together by now? Don't look at all of those things. What you need to focus on is yourself. You need to focus on, what do I need to do to make myself happy? I honestly believe we were put here on this earth to have fun. We weren't put here for bills. We weren't put here for stress. We weren't put here to be the most successful person, to make the most money. I believe the main goal in everyone's life should be to be happy. And whatever that takes to get that, maybe it is being super successful. Maybe that's what makes you happy. Go for it. But if it's not, don't be pressured by society to do what you feel you should be doing when you should be doing it. And don't let other people, people may mean well when they, say, hey, you should be at this point in your life, or you should be at that point in your life. And in some ways, in some respects, it's okay to take that into consideration, but be sure that that is not the only thing that's pushing you forward. You have to first know what you want. You have to first work on yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all you have. You have to live with yourself. And if you're not happy, there's no point. There's no point to anything. So I will leave you guys with that little thought. If you have any other opinions, or if you've read Emerson and have a favorite quote of his, leave them down in the comments below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!